Hello and welcome back to Education Point. This is your host Puja Sharma. And with me, you will be doing the second chapter of the English speaking course. That is, unique ways of greeting people in English. So when you meet someone, what do you ask them? How are you? What are you doing? What's up? Anything about that? Well, it's time to change this normal casual talks that you do. Instead, there are different ways in which you can greet someone. So in this video, I'll be telling you some really different and unique ways in which you can greet people. So, what are we waiting for? Let's get into the video.
So let's get started with the second chapter, that is unique ways to greet people in English. As we've already discussed, that we will be discussing two ways of greeting people. So starting with the very first, formal ways of greeting. Now this can be used in a formal setup. So let's get started with the very first, that is, how have you been? Now this is a phrase that people would normally use. This is something that is very usual, very common, but again, it gives a more formal impression, and that is why it has been included very first in this list. The next one is, how are things? Now, this is a more shorter form of what people would say, that how are things going on in your life? So, to shorten that up, we say, how are things? This you would ask someone when you have met them after a very long period of time and you want to know what are things going on in their life, how is their life, and that is when you ask them, how are things? And similarly, what's been going on? So again, you ask people that what's been going on in their life, what's new that's coming up in their life. So what's been going on? What are you up to these days? This is another phase when you ask someone, when you meet them after a very long period of time. So you say, hey, what are you up to these days? Because you have not been in touch for a very long period of time. And now you ask them that, what are you up to these days? How's life going on? And what are you doing nowadays? So instead of saying a lot of these phrases, you would say, hey, what are you up to these days? Let's get on to the next slide, which talks what's good. So again, a very short, crisp form of a greeting, which you meet someone and you say, hey, what's good? Or what's new? What's interesting? So all of these forms are again a very short form, but it's good to use it in a formal setup as well. Next is, how do you fare? Now, I would say that this is a more posh form of asking someone how are they doing or how they are. So this is not very commonly used in a setup, in a formal setup or in any setup, but it gives a very good impression of your English and of your vocabulary if you use words like this. Next, what on earth are you up to? Now, this is again when you don't see a person, when you don't see your friend for a long period of time and you ask them, hey, what on earth are you up to? So again, this can be used. Now, let's get on to some informal ways of asking someone that how are they doing, what are they up to, and how are they living their life. Starting with the very first, how's it going, mate? So again, you listen to this and you feel that, hey, it's very friendly, right? When you say someone, mate, pal, so it's like, it's a very friendly tone, and then you say, how's it going, mate? So again, something different from how are you or what's up, a normal what's up that people would ask. How's life sailing? Now, I would say that this can be used in both the setups, like formal and informal, but I've kept this in the informal setup because it gives a little different idea and a little different vocab. So you say, hey, how's life sailing? Next, what's with the face? So this is something when you can ask people when you see on their face that they may not be doing well or there's something different that you can notice. So you would say, Hey, what's with the face? Next up is what's up with the flow? Again, a very different kind of a notion that you can ask someone, but again, very unique. Next up is what's sizzling or what's cooking, what's popping. So, again, this is a very funky way of asking someone that, hey, how are you doing or what's up? So, yeah, that is why I have included this in the informal setup. Next is what's cooking, good looking. So this is again it's a very cute form of a greet that you can say someone, maybe to your girlfriend or to your wife or to anyone who's very close to you, I would say, or maybe your friends, that hey, what's cooking, good looking. So that is how you can say it. Next up is what's up, Buttercup. Now, this gives a little rhyme to what is being said here, so I would recommend using it again in a very informal setup and with friends and families, and maybe with small kids, like, hey, what's up, Buttercup? So it gives a very cute impact when you say to someone that, hey, what's up, Buttercup? Next up is Howdy Doody. Now, I would say that this is a more boyish kind of a slang that people use nowadays. A lot of teenagers use this, saying that, hey, howdy doody, man. So, yes, again, with friends, you can use this very well. Instead of saying, how are you, man? What are you doing, dude? So, you say, howdy doody. Please note, do not use this in a formal setup or in your office or with your boss, probably, because that's gonna be not good for you. Let's get started with the next one, that is Bonjour, Eva. Good to see you. Now, I would say that using small phrases, small words from different languages, like this one here is from French, as you all may be already knowing that bonjour comes from French. So this means like a hello or a good morning or a hi. So that is how you can ask someone that bonjour Eva, good to see you. This is not a question for that matter, but a greet, a very polite, sweet greet that you can use, also giving an impression that you know some other languages also. So instead of knowing a full set of languages, you can use these small words from different languages, like I have used here bonjour. So you can use that and you can improvise your English, your the whole sentence of your English. So that is what I recommend, and that is which really works in the market, trust me. Next up is hola, what's new? So this is again a word from German, that is hola, what's new? And here the H is silent. So that is how you can use it. Hola, what's new? Then comes, hey, morning, it's a miracle Monday. So this is again a sweet gesture that you can give it to someone when you know that Mondays are normally Monday blues, but you're giving them a feeling that, hey, it's going to be a miracle Monday for you. So that is how you can greet someone and maybe make their day more happier. Also, a good point that I would suggest is use such adjectives with the number of days, like the days which you use. Like you can say, "Hey, have a terrific Tuesday," or "Have a happy Friday." So, such adjectives when you use, it gives a very positive vibe to the person in front of you, and definitely it creates a very nice impact. So, I would say that use these words use these words and make your greetings more fabulous. So yes, that's up for the video today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was useful for you, and I'm very definitely sure that you're going to use this and improve your English. So that's up for today. This is Puja Sharma signing off. Bye bye.